I was only gone for 2 weeks. I mean, how much could I have possibly missed?
Unserious and dead wrong.
Of course he burnt down the house. Why wouldn't he burn down the house? Let's start with Dionisio D'Aguila. You remember 2 weeks ago when he said,
we don't need to go to a full lockdown?
what happened? What happened? I can't remember. Was it? And now this week, he says,
Government of the Bahamas is not shutting down the country for 2 weeks. People have to eat. People have to go to pharmacies. People have to move around.
he's wrong. He brushed it off, claiming it was fake news. And of course, listen, I am the last person that is going to tell you to believe everything that you hear on social media. But the WhatsApp journalists are the only one giving the Bahamian public a heads up about the coming extreme lockdown. How are we to tell if something is actually fake news going forward? Well, there's a simple rule of thumb. If the person saying it is Dionisio D'Aguila, it's probably fake news. Go to a break. We have breaks now. Who is this man? Do we even know? He says he's Dionisio D'Aguila, but this man has never been right. He said there would not be a 2-week lockdown, but he was not right about that. He said there wouldn't be an extension of the lockdown shutting down the entire country, but he wasn't right about that either. He claims to be right-handed, but where's the proof? In fact, we've never seen him right. The question has to be asked. Random human number 38, is he ever right? Paid for by the Bahamian League against Secret Lefties. Speaking of the lockdown, on Monday, August 17th, Minnis come on your Grammy Good Facebook and tell us that everything shut down if you live in Nassau. Now, did he say it that quickly and succinctly? Of course not. Like a child that's been starved of love and affection growing up, Minnis milked our attention for all it was worth and didn't get to the actual point of the address until 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Here's the thing. We don't need a setup anymore. We just need you to tell us what's going to happen. Of course, it may be difficult for the Prime Minister to understand the best way to tell somebody that you're about to put them into lockdown correctly. But no fear. We've brought on an expert in lockdown and arrests. Joining us via phone is Sarge. Sarge, welcome to the show.
Morning. Greetings from Freeport. And all I can say is not so holy-headed, man. I can send all pig feet and salt you on the mailboat for you, okay?
Thank you. We appreciate it. Let's get right into it. Is 9 minutes and 50 seconds too long to wait before you tell somebody that you are about to lock them down?
That's too long, boy. You get tricky. I sprayed in an amount of time. And that reminds me, I gotta get a couple of pills now. But you gotta be quick so they don't know what hit them.
So what is the right amount of time you think?
Well, they're different for different situations. But generally, you want to get it up by your first sentence. And in my case, my first startup.
All right, can you give us an example? Like, I'm walking down the road and you see me.
Boy, what you doing there, boy? What you doing there?
Oh, I was going to go get some water.
You lock up.
That quick?
That quick? Yeah.
Well, what if I just got from work and...
You lock flipping up, boy.
But I didn't get a chance to explain.
You lock up. You gotta be quick. Otherwise, they can try to put the prostitution on you or something.
You mean the Constitution?
You lock up.
So Minnis hit the most populated island in the Bahamas with an extreme surprise lockdown. How extreme? Basically, for the next 7 days, if you're not in the medical field, a uniformed branch of government, or the National Food Distribution Task Force, you will be stopped by the police and most likely fined. Oh, also you can't go to the food store because everything else is closed. So if you didn't have enough food left over from the weekend lockdown to last you 7 days, I mean, as with everything, there are exceptions. But if you're any of these, you still have to call 311, and they'll need to have your name ahead of time or once again. But one of those exceptions is construction, which of course doesn't make sense. Honestly, who is doing construction right now? You want me to mix cement in the hot sun, but I can't go and buy food and water. That don't make no sense. Unless that exemption ain't for regular Bahamians. Honestly, who can afford to build a house right now? I can't even I can't even buy noodles right now. Everything in this country so overpriced, Minnis gonna have to open up the bar soon because a bottle of Absolute cheaper than a bottle of rubbing alcohol. And I can't even go to the store to get robbed by the store because Minnis closed the store without telling anybody. My upsetness isn't just about the lockdown. It's about the no next step after the lockdown. How you could tell people don't trust WhatsApp when they know more than your cabinet. You calling for a lockdown for 7 days, but not giving anybody the chance to stockpile enough water and food to last them that long. Stupid 311 hotline that don't work. And it is definitely about this permission to continue construction. Minnis, you building a gazebo in the back of your yard, or this like the developments on the northern side of the island. I just don't know who it is that you love more than us, dog. And clearly we, the Bahamian people, are going to have to decide what the next step is after the lockdown, because Hubert Alexander Minnis, who want all of the power and all the glory and thinks himself the author and the finisher of our faith, is unserious and dead wrong. Earlier, I may have called Minnis the Prime Minister, but that's not true, and it's unfair to actual Prime Ministers. We don't have a Prime Minister in the Bahamas. The term Prime Minister is supposed to mean like First Minister and refer to how he is first among equals, but seeing as though only he knows the decisions that he is going to make, not the medical professionals, not the members of cabinet, not the Constitution, how and who is he equal to? And honestly, that's a problem. As Bahamian, you may be wondering, how does Minnis sleep at night? Like most of us, he has a white noise app on his phone. But instead of the calming sound of rain on the tin roof, it's 2 hours of Bahamians crying in agony. But what we do to you, man? What you want from us, dog? I have nothing left for you to take from me, bro. Now you too can be lulled to sleep with the relaxing sounds of a nation in peril. Wait, this cause we make fun of you? Cause your favorite meal is corned beef and white rice, dog? You's a multi-millionaire. Why your favorite meal is the same thing that is feed prisoners on Wednesday, bro? You can download the app for free. You think that's make you relatable? It don't. It make you annoying, dog. It ain't you, babe. Remember here, Daddy? Remember here, Daddy? Questions for the competent authority. Finally, I know that a lot of people have questions for the competent authority. But since he's locked himself away, I thought it might be helpful to let me answer some of those questions for him. I'm an essential worker, and I still have to go to work, but none of the gas stations are open. So when my car runs out of gas, what happens? I guess catch a jitney, no? Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to have to place the blame on you, and not the short-sighted, jump-the-gun, unplanned lockdown. What do you mean, you don't have an electric car? Well, I mean, then you are irresponsible. Next question. Am I allowed to mow my lawn? Yes, you can cut your grass, but you may need to eat it later, so I'd save the... Did we ever find out if Minnis and Peter have the coronavirus? Next question. Am I still allowed to exercise? Yes, exercise is allowed 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. I just waking up at 8, dog. Minnis really want everybody to get fat, dog. Why? For all persons concerned about food security, here are the contacts for the food banks.